Hello all the people, it's Effectuality here. We are back on the Nimbuscraft server playing some more Natural Magic, and behind me you can see there's a little bit of a new thing. This is where the cows used to be, now the cows are down there, so there's space here. And Cube and I are just working on increasing the mana production. So these are hydrangeas. I think that's how you say it. And the floating versions. The floating versions basically you just upgrade them a little bit with a little bit of glowstone and something else, probably some dirt, maybe grass blocks, and it makes these little floating versions of pretty well any flower in Botania, so I can do it with these little day blooms as well. And the whole point here is that these guys basically suck up nearby water and convert that into mana, and if you're clever about where you put them, so something like this here with a 3x3 space of water here and the hydrangeas in the corners, then they won't remove the block. If you just put them right next to a single source block of water, that block of water is going to disappear and then there'll be nothing left. So that's why you make them into this. And it just so happened that there was the perfect amount of room in this room here to make a little grid, and that's going to give us a fair amount of mana. And what we've done is just layered them. So apparently this is a thing that people do. I just decided this would be the easiest way to do it, and it is. So we've looked at it, and you can see here we've got a mana pool, and it's really slow. We need to fill 2 of these mana pools in order to open up our portal to Alfheim, which by the way is not a place that we can go. Yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. It is a place that we throw items and we get items back. It's a weird thing. We'll just have to wait and see exactly what happens when it's all done. But before we can even do that, we need to make 2 Terrasteel ingots. Terrasteel is the upgraded version of the Mana Steel, I guess, and I've made this little construction here. It's a structure that's part of the Botania mod. It uses this terrestrial agglomeration plate, 10 points for that one. And you throw a bit of things on there, and it uses a whole lot of mana to make our Terrasteel ingots. And I think it's half a large mana pool, which is a lot of mana, and so we have to do that pretty quickly too. The thing is, I tried this, right, because we have this mana pool over here which is completely full to the brim, and I had the thing in here, and I put down the ingredients that you need, because you need a mana pool, a mana ingot, and a mana diamond. You chuck them all down in the middle on that agglomeration plate, and it turns it into the Terrasteel. But I had 3 of these mana spreaders all pointed at this thing to try and make the transformation go fast enough, and it's so slow. And in fact it was that slow that the items that I had on the agglomeration plate despawned. I thought they were safe because they were there, like, you know, when they're on the altar over here, they don't despawn no matter what. But yeah, if you put them on the plate, you're just dropping them, and they do eventually disappear. Okay, so 1 of those down, 1 of those down, and then 1 of those down. Oh, look, things are moving. Yeah, it's definitely happening. Is it going fast? Yeah, it's going way fast. Okay, this is going to happen. I'm excited because this really sucked to try and watch last time. Sparks are definitely the way. If you need to transfer large amounts of energy, don't use mana spreaders. Mana spreaders suck. Use sparks. Woohoo! Okay, that's 1 done. And we got an achievement. Woohoo! Little dance. Okay, so now that's doing the things again. I'm going to go over to here, grab that out of the way. This should drain this whole thing. Yep. Right, so now we need to grab that. Did it make it? No, it's not quite done. Okay, let's go and put the spark over here. Please tell me that that's enough. Oh, I don't think they're close enough. Ah, they're too far away. Okay, look, we're so close to finishing and now it's not gonna happen. Gutting. Okay, could we just turn... Nah, that's not gonna be fast enough. Oh. I did put some mana into one of these pools over here. Maybe that's enough to get us finished. We should be so close. Think it's this pool over this side. Tiny little amount of mana. Is it enough? Ah, again, we're so close. Look how close we are. What else can we do? We can turn that one there around. But it's so far away, we're going to lose a lot of the mana on the way, because the further these things have to send the mana, the less actually gets there, and we had an arcane light in the way. Okay. Oh, look how close that is. We may make it. Yeah. Maybe. It looks really close. We're just gonna have to cross our fingers on this one. This is still really, really close. I don't know if it's moved though. I think it hasn't. This thing's so far away. There's very little mana actually getting to this plate right now. I'm fairly certain that these things are gonna despawn and we're gonna lose out on the almost half of a mana pool that I had over here. Oh! Ah, no, see, one of them's just despawned. Hey, it's doing a thing. I'm pretty sure it never did that before. Does that mean it's got power stored up in it? Just... oh, no, it's gone now. Okay, we have the solution. Cube gave me this mana tablet, and it was sitting in my Britannia bag, and as you can see, it's got a fair bit of mana stored up in it, so we could have actually used that, and we could have made the thing, but now we can anyway. Right, spark it up. Watch the transformation take place. We're gonna let Cube grab this one so he can have the achievement too. It's quite a cool thing, and I like it in this room. Huzzah! Alright, so now what we've got to do is make a couple more of these mana pylons, and then they go above these, and I've got to fill these up with mana. So we might have to do the whole infusion thing with the mana tablet, however that works. And then from that, once these are full, we can open up the portal to Alfheim. Eventually Cube and I are going to have a face-off, because it's kind of magical powers versus magical powers. Eventually at some point we've got to see who's got the best magical powers. I've got a few spells that I'm keeping up my sleeve. There's a few things I can do. Obviously just transporting him to the nether is not a very sportsmanlike way of winning a fight, so we're going to need to work on a few spells that should just annihilate him, because that's much more sportsmanlike. So apparently Cube's got a new spell to show me. Looks like he's got some kind of special new wand in his hand there. Is he going to fire it at me? I don't know who's the... yeah, he's definitely going to fire it at me. Okay, what's going to happen? He's getting far away, that's kind of concerning. What, is that it? Is that... That everything? Yeah, it's not bad, buddy, not bad, but it needs to be much more powerful before we have our face-off. Okay, anyway, we will carry on with the things over here. So, overnight, we have filled up the mana pool over here, and we've got a couple of tablets that are sitting over here. We're going to grab those and use them to fill up the mana pools over here. So we want to chuck one of them down like that, and the other one over this side. Where did the other one go? Ah, cube got it. Okay. Fill her up, mate. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to make the portal thing. There's another piece that goes to this. So we need 2 nature pylons, and we also need the elven gateway core. So the elven gateway core is quite nice and easy. I've got a crafting bench in here. We will just grab some living wood, goes in like that. Terra steel ingot in the middle, that makes the gateway core, and then we will make ourselves the mana pylons at the same time. So that is, we need 2 of them. I think they go this way, something like that. Yes, nice. And then we go 1 there, grab our Terra steel ingot, put it there, and we get natura pylons. So we should now have all the things we need to make the portal. I know that when you first start it up, it requires a fair bit of mana, and that's why we need to have these full. So we'll put one of our natura pylons there, another one there, and the elven gateway core in the middle, and that should be the whole thing ready to go. It looks really cool in here. I'm quite happy with how this came out. And so now if we right click on this block right here, hey, we've made ourselves a portal. I don't think it even really took that much mana. It said that it was going to take heaps, but it hasn't. And so now we can chuck our Lexica Botania in there. Wow, it's a visitor from another world. Oh no, wait, I might have just lost my... Oh no, it's fine. Okay, now this is pretty cool. Bow to the creature from the other planet. Okay, let's throw our Lexica Botania straight into the portal. And it disappears, and it's come back now. And is it still called the same thing? Yes, it is. Oh, a message from Elvengard. Greetings. We noticed that our portal was opened via a link from another world. That's rather shocking news indeed. We thank you very much for providing us with a repository of the knowledge from your world, as to keep us up to date to what happened since we left it. It's been a while since then. It's good to see it's doing well. Cool, okay, so they used to be from here. After some discussion with the High Council of Elvengard, we have decided to cooperate with you. That's good. I'm glad they didn't decide to just destroy us all. You see, reading through your Lexica Botania has shown us a good amount of resources from your world that we would be extremely keen to get our hands on, as these are non-existent in our lands. Do you want a cube pool? You can have a cube pool. The link you have managed to establish is rather weak. No living beings will be able to go through, as you already know. However, there's a positive side to this. The link strikes the fabric of time of both our worlds in a way where it doesn't keep them in sync. That's the reason why you received your book back so quickly. Aha, they're not just really fast writers. Cool, I'm glad he managed to suss that one out for me. I was so confused. When it comes to mana and other magic... Try that again. When it comes to mana and other magical energies, we are plenty stocked on them. So worry not about the portal closing on our end. Let's put this in prospect. In order for the advance of both of our civilizations, we vow to accept a given set of resources from your world we lack, in ours in exchange for resources you lack in yours. We have taken the liberty of assigning our best scribes to put together a great set of knowledge from your world, from our world, we're willing to share. You can find it in your lexicon just as you'd find knowledge from yours. We hope you find it enlightening and that it encourages you to invest in our materials. Last but not least, do keep in mind that if you decide to send something we have not vouched to trade for, we will assume it as a gift and keep it for ourselves, just as a forewarning. We look forward to exchanging resources with you. Best regards, the High Council of Elvengard. Right. Cool. Okay, so what do we do now? Go share? No. View online? No. If we just go back. Aha! The resources of Alfheim. Alfheim contains a very varied amount of exquisite resources. Sadly though, most of them are extremely scarce and hard to come by due to competition between the various clans. So these guys seem like really high beings and know lots of stuff, and then apparently they just fight amongst themselves. Good to know. The elves are interested in trading some materials such as dreamwood, elementium, pixie dust, or dragonstone, resources native to their lands. Trading for dreamwood, so we give them living wood, they give us dreamwood. Dreamwood can be turned into various decorative blocks. Have a look through the decorative blocks entry under miscellaneous for recipes. Dreamwood twigs. Elementium, so that's obviously mana steel. Pixie dust. Dragonstone comes from mana diamonds. And then the elves are also quite keen on the white posh block from the nether quartz. The ones they have on their world are tinted green. This quartz works just like any other quartz, be it normal nether quartz or any of the decorative variants you can find on the decorative blocks entry under miscellaneous. So we can get elven quartz, which has got a green tinge to it. It also has its own form of glass, rather light, and its patterns are randomized depending on where it's placed. Oh, this looks cool. Trading goes for mana glass, no worries. And elven bookkeepers are anxious to discover the delights of your world's bees and are particularly interested in the dreaming drones that you can provide. I'll have to have a chat to Nico about that, see whether Nico wants some particularly interesting bees. In return, they will trade Alfheim drones, the only bees that exist in Alfheim. Yeah, he wants some of those, I'm sure he does. Okay, so anyway, Cube's going and throwing some things in. What are you throwing in there? What has he thrown in? I mean, we've got some stuff here. We could throw in some living wood. Okay, so he's got some pixie dust. I think Thorncraft uses pixie dust. That's why Cube's quite invested in the whole opening of the portal and has been helping me along the way. Not that he doesn't help anyway, but he was definitely getting something out of this one. Okay, so he's getting his pixie dust. I'm going to throw in some of the living wood as soon as he grabs that lot of pixie dust there. He's taking too long. Okay, we throw that in, and one... Oh, did I just get... Nope, 2 and 3 pieces of living wood. Dreamwood. Cool, so we can definitely do something with this. I don't know what. We'll find something to do with it. Okay, so 2 mana steel for 1 elementium. We can do that. Have we got any mana steel on us? If we do, it'll be in the Botania thing. Yeah, we've got 3. 3 is more than 2, we should be fine. Let's go throw it in here. You can mass throw them. Yeah, we've sussed that one out, but we only want to throw in 2 because we only get 1 back. Cool, right, so now that we've done a little bit of trading, Ritual of Gaia. Okay, so there's definitely more stuff to this. If we go We're not going to read the lore right now. I'll have a read of that later, and if it's any good, I'll chuck it into a video. But the Ritual of Gaia is a procedure often enacted by the elves, which is the only way to acquire Gaia spirits, which are the essences of the power of the goddess of Gaia herself. This ritual required an active beacon with some Gaia pylons, read on, one level above the beacon as the altar, as well as a single terrestrial ingot as a sacrifice. Okay, so we do a mana pylon, some pixie dust, some elementium ingots. That gives us that. Okay, then we make this, which is pretty interesting looking. Was that just a normal beacon? I think it was. To start the ritual, simply shift right click the beacon block with a terrestrial ingot, take a step back and prepare to fight for your life. Cool, okay, this is a benevolent guardian then. Good preparation is required as the fight with the Guardian of Gaia can be even harder than that of the Wither. I think we're okay. Upon defeating the Guardian, one can collect their prize, a handful of Spirits of Gaia. The common attire for this ritual is a set of enchanted elementium armor, a terror blade, and a large assortment of brews and baubles. Okay, so basically it's saying, make sure you gear up. The effect of the beacon is nullified during the battle, so that should be taken in mind. Lastly, staying away from the purple might be a good idea. Okay, that seems like a little bit of a hint. And then there's a second one. Terrestrial and Gaia Steel spirits create unstoppable material. It seems that the material is very much stoppable though. In fact, the two forces cancel each other out when combined into an ingot, creating an utterly useless alloy. However, due to the concentrated power, it does allow for summoning a stronger Gaia Guardian with more resistance, strength, and speed. For all of this, it drops more Gaia spirits than normal, as well as a handful of goodies and rare treasure, making it a worthwhile foe. So Gaia spirits and terrestrial ingots make us a... oh look, they go through all the different colours, cool. Make us a Gaia spirit ingot, and then that is a really bad one. Our nasty guy. Now what's this? The Relics of a Seer. There's an old tale from the high clans of Alfheim. It says something among the lines of the one who rolls the dice of fate is rewarded with the gifts of the gods. These so-called relics of the Aesir are rumoured to be unique and soulbound, by which only one will ever be awarded to any one individual and only they may use it. But then again, that's probably just folklore. Okay. Dice of Fate. Whoops, dive. Yes, okay, so, Dice of Fate. He just goes to find the answer to the sacred geometry of chance, the hidden laws of the probable outcome, the numbers lead to a dance. Okay, we're going to have to work out how to make that. It didn't say that in there, did it? Maybe it's something you get from... yeah, it's probably something you get from the second Ritual of Gaia. Okay, so I think I know what we're doing in the next episode. The next episode we will be fighting some Gaias, things, and basically it's going to be all about Guardians, because the Guardians are also things that you get in Ars Magica. That's the bosses that I was talking about in, I think it was the last episode. So I'm keen to give them a bit of a fight, record some of those, and then we will fight these Botania bosses as well, and see if we can't get ourselves a fair bit of cool stuff. And one of these dice, which I still don't know what it's going to do, but it'll be interesting. I'm not going to ruin it for myself by jumping on the old Google machine and finding out. I think we will just leave it for now. So thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. I'm glad that it all worked out in the end. And have a fantastic day, and Cube and I will see you next time.